welcome to another episode of MakeCode in the Kitchen. As you can tell, our setup is a little bit different today. First of all, we're going to be not making any projects with the Circuit Playground Express, but instead we're going to be focused on MakeCode Arcade. And we're using this new technology called MakeCode Streamer, which is going to allow us to kind of stream what we're doing here in the browser. So this is a new technology. We're still kind of testing it out and seeing how it works. But you can see we've got a green screen behind me, and we're kind of projecting ourselves on here. And we also have a toolbar where we can go full screen, or we can have Arcade Editor to the right and our pictures here to the right behind us, kind of. And then I can also change sides. So here I am on the right side, here I am on the left side, and we can go full screen too. Another thing that's really cool is we have this paint mode. So if I click that paint mode, do you guys want to try this out?
Okay. Can I try?
Yeah. So go ahead and select a color, and then you can paint with it. Yeah, it's like an arrow pointing at Sage. Very cool. Yeah, what else? What else do we have? As well as like arrows, you have, what's that? Emojis? You want to try emojis?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so try
yes,
drawing
yes.
an emoji. Try drawing an emoji on yourself. Nice.
I wanna move this. Can I move this? Okay.
Okay, yeah. You can just place another one. So, yeah. So I think, and then we have different types of emojis. So crying emoji, and then eyeballs.
There's another one.
Mm-hmm. What is that one? That's confused. Confused emoji.
Yeah.
Or thinking emoji, maybe. Yeah. And then there's also, so if oops, let me get out of here for a second. Close paint mode. Then there's also these things, free draw. So highlight and then draw free form. So here I can circle something, and I can like highlight something, like this is Sage's game. And I can also change the colors as well of my pen. So lots of really cool tools here that you can kind of try out if you want to. This is a beta, but it's available at makecode.com/streamer. Yeah, so it's very cool. We are going to move on from these cool streamer features, and we're going to actually be coding a video game today. Yeah, with MakeCode Arcade.
On Meowbit.
Yeah, so we're going to, each of the kids, as you can see, have made their own game, and we're going to go through each game and kind of talk a little bit about how you guys made it. And I think Sage wants to go first, right?
Yeah.
Sage is going to go through his game first, and then we'll move over to Cyan. So, Sage, you want to open up your game and take us through it?
Okay. So,
oh, let's see. We got a little bit. Screen got a little bit off. Okay. Let's see. So maybe let's just play your game and show people how it works.
So,
so who's
towards
the
up
main
if you
character?
Wanna go up. Well,
Yeah.
the alien.
Okay, so this is an alien. This is an alien.
Oh, and if well, the goal of the game is to get at least 3 flying saucers. And if you get hit by an asteroid when you have 0 flying saucers, you lose. But if you have, if you already have a flying saucer, like, let me try it.
Okay, try and get one. Okay.
So I got one.
Yep, I see that. And then go down and get the other one. Oh, there's another one. You can use the arrow keys on the keyboard too, Sage, if that's easier.
Oh, see that?
What
an
happened?
asteroid just hit me.
Okay, and you lost a point.
Yeah,
when
I
that
lost
happened.
a point when that happened.
Oh, okay.
And then another asteroid fell on me.
Okay. So this is a story about a Martian alien who lives on Mars. That's why it's orange, right? And the Martian is trying to collect spaceships, right?
Yeah.
And he collects 3 spaceships. Then what happens?
Then if you get at least 3 spaceships without getting hit,
I
you
see
win.
your score just went up to 2. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you
I
win!
just won.
Hooray! Okay. And then if
I get hit, I lose.
Oh dear. Okay, so that's no good. Okay, so very fun game. This is kind of a hard game, huh?
Yeah.
So how many times
But
have you...
once you play it a couple
Yeah.
times, it kind of gets easy.
Really?
And so I'm thinking of changing the game.
Oh, okay.
Like making it more harder.
Making it harder? Okay. Well, this looks like a pretty challenging...
Making a girl alien.
Oh, girl alien. So the alien isn't so lonely on Mars.
Yeah, and if you get that alien,
Yeah.
you score 2 points.
2 points when you hook up with
And
a girl
I think
alien.
I'm
Okay.
changing the high score to be 5.
Okay.
5 flying saucers or 5 girl aliens.
Ah, okay. That would be a lot more challenging game. But this is already a pretty and look, you're so good at it. You just won again.
That's because I practice it.
Oh, you've been practicing. Okay, good. Yeah. Well, this looks like a very fun game, Sage. Do you want to show people how you coded it?
Okay, let me just get out of this.
Okay.
And
also, can you tell people like where you got the idea for this game? Like, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, I just came up with it. I mean,
Oh dear.
I just like, I don't know, I just came up with it.
Yeah? You didn't think like, hey, I want to make a game
Well,
about space or aliens.
I just like made a random sprite in the box.
Oh, okay.
And then I made like this square, and then a green square. Well, first a white square, and then a green square. And
Let's take a look. So this guy, this alien.
Yeah.
Okay.
so I put a white square around this guy's head, but then I erased it.
Why?
Because I thought he didn't need to have a helmet
Oh, okay.
since he's an alien.
Okay.
I made a green square. I
Okay.
just randomly made a green square and then a white square inside of it.
And this is his
And-
eye. Is this his
yeah.
eye? Okay.
And then I made like this black like L shape.
I love it. Yeah.
And then that looked like an eye.
Okay.
So that like made me have the idea of making an alien.
Love it.
And so soon I got this idea to have a space theme.
I see. So basically, you built the game around your main character, which is
Yeah.
this alien. Okay. I love it. That looks like a very cool alien. You did a great job with that. All right. So explain to me what's going on in this OnStart here. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So this OnStart, what's the code that you put in there? What does that do?
Well, first I put set background image.
Okay.
First I thought I wanted it to be a moon.
Okay.
But then when I made my flying saucer, I noticed that its top
Yeah.
Like the
The window of the
Yeah.
spaceship got
Yeah.
lost, right? Because it
got
was
lost because it was white in the background.
white on white. Yeah, that's no good. So then you changed
I changed it to Mars.
Let's take a look. Okay. So you use that set background image and you kind of made a little kind of hill of orange.
Yeah, and Mom made me have the idea of making these
I
brown
made you?
spots.
Maybe I inspired you that maybe you needed some texture on your Mars. So
I'm gonna try.
Are you gonna make some more brown spots? Oh.
Whoops.
So you can always undo. So the way you undo is right here. That's the little undo button here. So we're gonna undo this. I'm gonna move our picture to the other side so you can more clearly see, and you wanna select brown?
Yeah.
Okay, you make a few more spots on your Mars texture. And I love the rolling hills that you've made on this as well. That's very cool.
Thanks.
All right.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
I just kind of, Mom helped me make this, like, feature. So I made the rolling hills while I was making the moon. And then Mom made me do, like, this feature to make, like, the same shape, but different color.
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
you show that to them?
Oh, the fill tool.
Yes.
So it's this tool right here. If you select a color, so before this was white. So basically what we did was we selected orange, we used the fill tool, and then we just filled the entire thing with orange. And it was really easy for us to make that change, huh? Yeah, so that was the fill tool. All right, so you set your background image. And then tell me about this this block that you added here, this confetti thing that you've got going on.
Well, I actually kind of want to take that out.
Oh, you want to take it out?
Since confetti is for the end, not for the start.
Oh, okay. So we can just delete it, right? So let's just delete that one. You don't like the confetti? I thought the beginning was nice. It kind of had a party theme. Party on Mars. No?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So we've got our background image. We've got our alien, which is awesome. And then we're able to move our alien thanks to this block, correct? So this move alien with buttons.
I think it's from controller.
That's right. Yep. It's from the controller toolbox, and you use that one.
I think it's the first one.
That's right.
So
yeah.
we changed this.
We changed it to alien. Yep.
I'm just going to take this out since
we don't need it.
Don't need it.
Okay. Well, I can just press the delete button,
Okay.
and that'll delete it. Okay. And so that way we're able to kind of move our alien around, right, with all of the buttons. That's the move block. And then tell me about this block here, this stay in screen. What does that do?
That means that, so that helps the alien. So if you go here, it can't go farther than the screen.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't put that on, it could go past the screen.
It could go past the screen, okay. And we want our alien to stay like right within the screen there, right? Okay. All right. Cool.
There's also a set position.
Oh, okay. We didn't use that block though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we wanted our alien to move.
Yeah, and it's starting in the middle. So whenever the default position is like right in the middle of the screen, right? So, all right, and then the last thing you did was what? You set the score, right?
Yeah.
Set the score to 0. Okay, very cool. And the score you can see is up in the upper right-hand corner. So that's 0. Then tell me about this game update block. So this is where you have all of these things moving around on the screen, right? So what does this game update block do?
So I think you go to sprites.
Nope.
Well, no. Okay.
Game.
No.
You go to
We
game.
go to game.
Yep.
And we go.
Yep. On game update. What does this block do? Do you know?
This block. No.
So remember we played around a lot with the timing here. So whatever code you have inside of this block runs every, in this case, 4 seconds or 4,000 milliseconds. So every 4 seconds, this code runs. And you can set this timing to be whatever you would like. And we decided that 2 seconds was too fast and 5 seconds wasn't fast enough, right? And so you wanted it to be 4 seconds. And so every 4 seconds, we create a spaceship projectile. Yeah? And so can you tell me a little bit about this spaceship that you made?
Well, first I tried to make a rocket ship, but it didn't turn out really good.
No.
So I decided to make a flying saucer instead.
Oh, okay.
Since I thought of like Martians like in flying saucers.
Okay.
And I'm like, that would suit the alien more than like a rocket ship.
Rocket ship, yep.
With astronauts in it.
Mm-hmm. So that's your flying saucer. It looks very cool, very Martian-like. And so we grabbed this set projectile block, which you can find here in the sprites toolbox, right under the projectiles category. Now, what's different about a projectile, Sage, from like a regular sprite?
The sprite actually like
Well, I'll give you a hint. The projectile automatically moves right away, right? So we see here that it's like moving with a velocity, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, velocity is your speed and your direction. And so you see we've got 40 in the x direction, which is horizontal, and it's positive, so it moves from left to right. And then the y speed is 0. So what does that mean?
That
it doesn't go up and down, right? It just goes right across the screen. So you can,
that makes it not a sprite?
The fact that it it's a projectile is a sprite, but it's like a special sprite in that it automatically moves. And so you can see our spaceships, they go from left to right across the screen. And they don't go up and down or anything. And then what did we do here? We gave it a random y coordinate to start off. So you can see these spaceships, they come at any position from the top to the bottom, right? So they start kind of all over at a random position. And do you know what the dimensions of the arcade screen are? We talked about this before. So the top to bottom length is 120 pixels, and that's why we have 120 here. And the left to right length is 160 pixels. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that, or are you just saying that?
You don't remember that.
You don't remember that. That's okay. So that's what makes our spaceship kind of go across the screen like that. And then we set the kind to a flying saucer. So the default kind is projectile, but we wanted to set it to a special kind of sprite, which is a flying saucer.
And then we made the meteor.
Yep. So tell me about that.
Well, I wanted something to make like the alien lose points.
Okay.
Since just getting flying saucers is too easy.
It's too easy, yeah.
So I decided to make a meteor.
Yeah.
And I'm not really familiar with the shape of the meteor, so Cyan kind of helped me with making
drawing that?
meteor.
Oh, okay. So Cyan helped you draw this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it looks like an amazing meteor. I think it's very good. All right. So then we had another projectile, which was a meteor. This time, you'll notice that the Vx, or the velocity in the x direction, is 0. meaning it doesn't go left to right, right? And the Vy value is 50, so it just goes up and down, right? And sure enough, you can see that these meteors are just falling from the sky, right? Just up and down like that.
I kind of wanted to make them go from the side.
Oh, you did?
But Mom's like, it would make more sense to make like meteors fall down from the sky.
Yeah.
Since I wanted like the meteors to be in like the same, like going the same way as the spaceships are.
Oh, did you? Okay, I didn't realize that was your intention.
Mom made me like.
Darn that mom! She's always interfering, right?
I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
It's just I was debating on which one I would do.
Which one you wanted? Okay.
And I did it like this.
Okay. I think it looks great. So I think that was a good choice. And then you'll see that we do the same thing here, except for with the meteor, we set the X position, so that's the position from left to right, to be a random number between 0 and 160. Remember, because how wide is the width of the arcade screen?
I
just asked you this. I'll give you a hint.
Oh, 160.
That's right. Okay. So then what do we do? Then we set the kind. So instead of the kind being a flying saucer, this time our meteor was an enemy, right? Okay. So once we've set up our flying saucers and our meteors, then we needed to figure out a way for something to happen when our Martian overlapped with a flying saucer or with a meteor, right? And so what we did is we used these on sprite overlap blocks, which you can find in the sprites toolbox drawer.
I don't hear the sound.
Yeah, because I muted it because it's very loud. So what we did, oops.
I want to play it.
You want to play it? Okay.
Full screen.
So what we did, if the player overlaps with an enemy, then we make a sound. Here, why don't we move our video so it's out of the way. So if the, go ahead.
Okay.
So if the, we lose, right? So.
And if we get,
and if we overlap with the spaceship, then we get a point. And if we get 3 points, then we win.
And that's what, and that's the sound that makes you win.
Yeah.
And we added confetti.
We added, yeah. Well, that was the default effect when we win.
No.
So.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Okay. So let's look at the code again. You're going to keep on playing? Okay, do you want to look at the code really quick, and then it's going to be your sister's turn?
No.
No.
Wait, actually, yeah.
Okay. So down here, yep. So let's look at these overlap blocks really quick. So these overlap blocks, we play a sound when the player overlaps with an enemy.
And the sound was pew pew.
Yep, we decrement the score by 1. And then we destroy the enemy, so the meteor in this case, with this spray effect. You liked the spray effect for half a second or 500 milliseconds. Then the other one, so this is the instance where your player overlaps with a flying saucer, which is good, right? We play a sound, we increment the score this time, so we add 1 to our score, and then we also destroy the flying saucer sprite here. With another spray effect. Then to keep track of like when we win or lose, we had this code here in a forever loop, meaning it
goes on.
It goes on forever. It's checking forever whether this is true. And basically it's saying if the score is equal to 3, that means you've won. You've won the game. And then we have the confetti effect for game win. If the score is less than 0, meaning you got hit by meteors,
then you lose.
And we have a melt effect here. So that's pretty much all of your game, Sage. So it's a pretty cool game. Sage also wants to show you that this game was able to be downloaded. So we actually, if you click this download button, you'll see that there's a bunch of different devices that you can download your arcade games to.
One of them.
What one do you have here?
Ugh, gotta open this.
Yeah. So it comes in this cute little box.
It's called Meowbit.
Yep, it's this one right here.
Yeah. Because it kind of looks like a cat. If you...
Yep. This one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it has, like, how did you download it? Can you tell us, like...
Well,
it has a little USB port at the top here.
That you can plug in, like this
cable. You can plug it into your computer.
Yeah. And
then you can just download it, right?
Yeah. It's simple.
Mm-hmm. And so you downloaded your game and you want to show people how you played your game on the Meowbit there?
So...
Yep, so you got your Martian game there, and you can take it to go, right? Mm-hmm. And have you been playing this game nonstop since you built it? Pretty much, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, Sage. So thanks for sharing your game with us. What are some things that you want to work on next on your game?
Well, I told you at the beginning, but I want to make a girl.
A girl alien?
And I want to change it to 5.
Oh, change the number of flying saucers you need to get to 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we do that right now?
No, because it's your sister's turn. We're going to show off her game. So thanks, Sage, for coming and sharing that with us. Cyan, did you want to come and show your game off?
Yes, okay. I just got to put this back.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Sage.
So this is Cyan's game. Alrighty.
I can throw, right?
So let's mute this. Where are you, Cyan? Let's get you in the camera.
Okay.
Okay, scooch over. You want to come on this side?
Open this. Come on this side.
Okay.
Sage. Okay.
Okay. So let me scooch you over just a tad.
Whee!
Okay, that's better. All right, Cyan. So first of all, let's maybe play this game. So show us how it works.
Okay.
Oh, so you get to shoot stuff. Okay. So tell us what you're doing here.
I am trying to eat the donuts.
So you're trying to eat the donuts
and avoid the asteroids.
And you have like some way of shooting things, right?
Yeah.
So you can.
And the things destroy the things. Since I noticed this.
Okay.
That this game is really hard, so
yeah.
I tried to make it a little bit easier.
So I see that when you go over a donut, you get a point, right?
Yep.
And when
the game literally does not end until you die.
Okay. When you shoot an asteroid, do you also get a point or no?
No.
No. Okay. But it does destroy the asteroids.
Yeah, and it's like...
And what happens when you hit an asteroid?
If you hit an asteroid, you can see at the top there's lives.
Oh dear. You're losing lives here. Okay.
And so when your lives are over, when all the lives are used up, then you don't have any more lives.
Okay.
And it's game over.
And it's game over. Okay. Wow, this looks like a really tough game.
Yeah, that's kind of why I included the arrows.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about this game. How did you come up with this idea to make this game?
I was actually teaching someone else how to use the MakeCode arcade. I was teaching my au pair Andrea. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you can do like anything you want. You can do like outer space, and you can do like other things. And I'm like,
outer space is actually a good idea. And so I decided to make a game.
A space game. I love it. All right.
And my original idea was to have a pig in the spaceship.
A pig in a space.
Yeah. And it's trying to eat the donuts and avoid the asteroids.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't have room for a pig in the rocket. And so I just pretended there was a pig in there.
So there's maybe like a little pig. Maybe the next level of the game you can have the rocket landing on a planet and the pig coming out of the rocket or something.
Maybe.
Okay. I like it. Do you want to show us the code and tell us how you made this?
All right.
All right. So what's the first thing you did here in your OnStart?
The first thing I did was design my sprite.
Okay.
That I was going to play.
Okay. So your player sprite.
Yep.
So how did you come up with this idea of the spaceship here?
Outer space. Spaceship.
How did you pick the colors and kind of the design here?
First I went with purple.
Okay.
And then I'm like, blue would look really... That light blue would look really nice with it. And I'm like, maybe I should add a pin window. I know pig. So I tried to do a pig, but I'm like, this isn't working. And so I just did that checkerboard design.
I love it. It's very cool. Looks very retro, arcade-like. All right, so you set your sprite. Then you also use this Move My Sprite with Buttons block that Sage used. But there's something a little bit different about this one, right? So you expanded these additional properties and you set the Vx, which is the x velocity, to be 0. What does that mean?
It's basically, so it'll stay on one side of the screen.
Okay.
So that when the donuts and stuff come from this side, you can only go up and down instead of
you can only go up and down.
Around.
Yep.
It'll make it so that it looks like you're moving, like
oh,
this.
okay, like space is moving towards you,
like
or
you're moving through space.
You're moving through space, even though it's really the background and the other things that are moving at you. That's a very cool effect.
The star effect helps.
The star. Okay, yeah. And then I see you also used a background image block.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about this.
I'm like, let's do outer space.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just kind of went, okay, stars, moon, done.
I love it.
At first I tried to make a Milky Way, but then I realized it was a little too hard. And so I just...
Yeah, so that's the moon and that's the stars. Very cool. And then after that, you set the position of your rocket, and it looks like you set it to be kind of like just like right on the right there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then tell me about this. This is kind of a cool block, this start screen effect.
Yeah.
You found it in the scene toolbox?
Yep.
Okay.
So basically, it makes it so that's the star effect I was talking about.
Oh, the star effect. How does it work? Let's see.
It's basically, you see those stars?
Oh, right. The falling stars, kind of.
They're coming down.
That's really cool.
And that's what the star effect is.
Oh, very nice. Okay, cool. And then after you do this star effect, then you set the life to 4, right? And those are the hearts.
Yep.
And then you set the score to 0, which is in the upper right corner. Cool. All right, and then let's talk about these arrows that you're shooting. So you've got this on A button pressed. So that's, I assume you found this in the controller.
Yeah.
And that's if you press this A button, right? So every time you press this A button, then you've got a projectile. And we talked with Sage about projectiles, which are basically like sprites with movement.
Yeah.
And then tell me how you designed this. This is very cool.
So, at the beginning, I had these shorter.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I shot the arrows, sometimes the asteroid would just come below it and then hit the spaceship. And so I wanted to make it so that the arrows are like a protection for the spaceship.
Oh, I love it. So it's kind of protecting the spaceship, and that's why it's kind of like an umbrella a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very nicely done. And then I notice instead of a projectile from the side, it's a projectile from another sprite. It's from your player sprite. And here the velocity, the x velocity is negative, right? -50 because it's going from the right to the left.
Instead of the left to the right.
That's right. Yep. And then the y velocity is 0 because it's not going up and down at all.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Very cool. Yeah, I love these little arrows that you made. All right, so let's talk a little bit about these other enemy projectiles, the donut and the meteor projectiles. So it looks like we've got this on-game update block, so the same one that Sage used, right?
Yeah.
And so this one is going every 1 second, right?
Yeah.
And this one is going slightly quicker,
Yeah.
every 900 milliseconds.
I did that because it would just be like.
You didn't want them going at exactly the same
Yeah,
time.
because they would just start at the same time and then they would just go. Boop,
That's too boring.
boop.
Yeah. Okay.
Because then
So
you could
you
just
kinda-
stay in the same place. Go.
Do.
Ding ding.
Okay.
Ding ding ding. Wah 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 wah. Ding ding.
Okay. So we didn't want that. So this one happens every 1 second. This is slightly quicker. It's also more challenging since this one comes more often.
I wanted
So-
to make a challenging game
Well, it is very challenging.
because
Yeah.
I thought Sage's was a little bit easy.
Okay. So we set the donut to a projectile from the side, and this time it's a positive Vx value, so it's coming from the left to the right, but it's not going up and down, it's just going straight across. We set the kind of this projectile to be food, right?
Yeah, donut is food.
Donut
You
is,
eat it.
it's obvious. I mean, come on. And then we set the position. And so tell me a little bit about this position. So the X value is 0, so it starts on the very left. But the Y value is a random number.
Yeah. So it'll be like from the top of the screen to the very bottom.
Okay. I'm going to quiz you on the same question I asked Sage. What are the dimensions of an arcade screen?
160 degrees.
160 pixels wide, correct? And how tall is it?
You didn't ask Sage this.
I asked him that. Yes, I asked him that. How tall is it? I'll give you a hint.
120.
120 pixels high. That's right.
I passed the test.
That's right. Yeah. So actually,
Passed the
let me
test. Whoop, whoop.
put a big smiley. Cyan passed the test.
Can I?
Oh dear, we got into Emoticon worlds. We will never leave. Okay. Nice, nice. Okay. So, now let's talk about this one. So this one happens every 900 milliseconds. We've got a meteor, and this one you designed yourself, correct?
Yes.
This looks amazing. How did you come up with this artwork? You just like started drawing and
I just made a brown square and then started doing, and then got all these crazy ideas.
yeah, for like different colors and stuff. Or-
Yeah.
Wow, that looks amazing. It really looks like a meteor. I love the color combinations. So, and then we have it coming from the side with the same velocity as our donut, right? We're setting the kind to enemy this time instead of food. And then we're setting the position to be the same. So some X is 0 and Y is a random location along the vertical part of the screen. Cool, so that's how we get our donuts and our meteors to come across, and you can see there's slightly different times that they come across the screen at, right?
Did we talk about the bubble effect?
We didn't talk about the bubble effect. We can talk about it right now because we're going to talk about these overlap blocks that you have here.
Awesome.
So we've got 3 overlap blocks. One in the case that the player overlaps with the food. So in this case, it's when your player eats a donut, right? So, yep,
Yum,
that
yum,
one.
Yum, 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 yum.
So you can see we destroy the donut with a bubble effect, and then we play a sound, and then we
That's the bubble
increment
effect.
our score. That's the bubble effect, yep. The second overlap block is when our projectile, which is our arrows that we're shooting, overlaps with an enemy, which is the meteor, right? And what are you trying to do? You gonna try and play it?
Yeah.
Okay. So so in that case, we also destroy the meteor with a fire effect. So let's see if we can do fire.
There's a trick to win. Just keep shooting arrows.
Oh yeah, you see the fire, the kind of fire effect every time
Yeah.
the projectile hits a meteor. And then we also play a sound, the pew pew sound. All right, and then the last overlaps block, you want to show people that one?
Okay.
So the last overlaps block is when your player gets hit with a meteor.
Boom, boom.
Boom, just like that.
And then one more
So-
heart and I die.
We
Yay.
destroy...
Woo! I just died.
So we destroy the enemy. So we destroy the meteor with a fire effect. We play a wah 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 sound.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's right. And I think we need a sad meteor for that.
Wah, wah, wah. Who wears it better?
You need like tears coming down. And then we decrement the life. So we decrement the life by 1. And when you're out of lives, then the game is over. So so yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
So that was your game. And it was pretty straightforward to make. How long did it take you to code this game, Cyan? Out of curiosity.
Well, it took like 2 days.
2 days.
Not including the days that I didn't code and were working on, because I had like 1,000 projects that I was doing at once at that time. So I'm like,
Yep, busy girl. Yeah. So you were kind of like
don't
working.
call me that.
Oh, busy girl? No. So you were kind of working on this in your free time.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. And then you also downloaded your game, right?
Yeah.
And you downloaded it to the Meowbit as well. You
Yeah.
want to show your Meowbit?
Mine is orange like in the picture.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then you just plugged it in with a USB cable,
Yeah.
and then clicked on the download button
And
to
then
get your
turned it on.
program. And then you want to show people your game playing on the Meowbit here? Yeah, so let's see if we can actually play this game. So you can see we've got our arrows, our directional arrows that we're moving. Oops, up and down. Wrong. So yeah.
Wow, you're really bad at this game.
Well, because I'm playing backwards. I can't really see. I'm playing, trying to get
May
the
I?
reflection so it doesn't. Okay. So, yeah.
Where are you?
So, this was a hard game. Who's the best at this game? Who's played it in the family?
Me.
Yeah, Cyan's definitely the best playing at this game. I always seem to lose lives. What's your highest score, actually?
27, 28.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's much higher than mine. I think mine was like 15 was my high score. So,
That sounds like you.
yep. All right, so
Yeah, I'm
we've...
back on the game.
That's pretty much it. We went through both of Cyan and Sage's games here. I've put links to their games in the chat window, so you can try it out for yourself.
Bum,
Sage, you want to come back over here, buddy, and say bye to everyone?
bum, bum,
Okay, scooch over.
bum, bum, bum.
No, come over on Cyan's side.
But I can't sit there.
Okay, move your legs. Yes, you can. Okay.
This is weird.
All right, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this last MakeCode in the Kitchen. We're taking a little bit of a departure from our previous formats. And we're testing out this new streamer technology, which is super cool. So if you want to try it out for yourself, go to makecode.com/streamer. You can record videos. You don't necessarily have to stream. So play around with it. Let us know what you think. Also play around with Arcade. If we can do it, you can do it too. So it's not that hard. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. What are we going to do next week?
I don't know yet.
I don't know. We're thinking about maybe going into the microbit, right?
Yeah.
We may do some projects with the microbit in the kitchen next time. So
Maybe in the real kitchen.
yeah, in the real kitchen this time,
Can
not
you
not
show
on a green screen.
a picture of the microbit?
I don't have one here right now,
Maybe
Sage,
later.
but we'll explain
Maybe
all about
later.
it next week. So tune in, and thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.
Bye.